I guess just the plan going in. I guess. Would you mind just like doing an intro?
Yeah, I'll do the intro. Yep, I'll do the intro.
I'm terrible with intros. I'm working on it so hard to not make it awkward, but I'm doing my best. Okay.
You're good. Say that again, I'll be mad. I'm gonna end up trying to can't tell if they're, I don't know where the comments are coming from. Okay, we got 22 seconds, 21 seconds still to go. And we'll be there. All right. In 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? We're here with the mass tournament, aka used to be called the tier 9 tournaments. We're here. We got Night Horde versus Wildcards today. So if you guys didn't know, that is what's coming up here soon. They're in the lobbies and they're getting ready. But I have someone here that's new to the community, new to at least my community. On our side of the YouTube, probably not Moonpie's. We are live on Moonpie's YouTube as well, but give it up. What is it? I'm not quite sure how to say your name just yet because I forgot to ask.
Hey man, you can. My username is SEPULGER. You can call me Sep. Most people call me Sep, so just run with that.
All right, I'll call you Sep. I like it. It's easier to say. But yeah, man, we got two teams coming up here. Looks like they're actually ready to go, so we're gonna jump right into it, right into the draft.
Right into the draft. Yes, that is correct, AIKO. So let's talk about the teams here a bit. I do know a little bit about Night Horde. They're a very strong team from what I've seen. Top lane ACT placed somewhere, can't remember exact position, but I know that their XP lane, Mr. Luke, who is currently not playing, actually. So, maybe it's Lala Lucas. Maybe he's changed his username. That guy, absolute menace. I have big respect for his plays.
That was Wildcards, right? Are we talking about
no.
Night Horde?
Talking about Night Horde here, yeah.
Night Horde actually has quite a few people that I know as well. And it is... Hold on here, I'm production side of things, making sure everything's going well. But yeah, Night Horde actually has a lot of heavy hitters in it. I mean, Tonok's in there. Oh My Foe's in there. Again, a lot of people changed their names in North America, so I'm not quite sure who we really have on Wildcards, but I'm sure the chat will tell me.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, straight away, we have this Matilda ban and this Lunox ban. Both heroes insanely strong, especially this Lunox pick, who's been played in the jungle so often, able to take down like turtles and lords with abnormal speed, man. That stuff's just scary.
Oh yeah, I mean, Lunox, I've heard of the devastation that she brings to the land of Dawn, so definitely understand the ban. Still a little rusty in this new meta that's coming up, so I'm gonna probably be surprised left and right, but we'll see how things roll out here. The Fredrin ban, is he still really playing making plays?
Hey man, I'm not too sure about this ban. He has been nerfed quite a substantial amount. Hey, I mean, he's not anywhere as good as he was. You know, he's just got a general damage sort of nerf, so he does a bit less damage. But hey, it's still a great pick. You know, in the right hands. You know, playing around it with your team, still worth being banned up if you're that scared of it in the hands of someone else. As we see, going straight into a Joy ban. That is in fact my main hero. Very sad to see it not being picked up today.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it definitely seemed like a target ban, which I mean, in North America is definitely respectable. Getting CC out of here, I heard that she's kind of like a menace as well, so interesting to see. There's Nana. Nana has also been crazy.
I was actually surprised that the Night Horde banned this out. Lala Lucas did play it against whatever the team was that I casted last, but he definitely performed so well on Nana, and it was so scary. I guess they may be worried about Wildcard picking it up, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nana's just a menace as well, so I mean, you got to see it. But a Nolan was left open. I mean, is he still a major factor though into this current meta?
I believe so. I mean, the nurse didn't really touch him that much. He still does the 1-2 combo of just blowing you up in a matter of split seconds. He has a little bit less energy reduction. I mean, energy recovery for like his skills, but he still just blows you up, man.
Yeah. I mean, hey. I mean, the burst, the assassin, that has been a meta. It's definitely coming back into play. I also know that Diggy's also been a quite a menace as well. And I mean, right now, Diggy would be actually a pretty good pick just inside. You're dealing with an R-Lot and you're dealing with, oh man, it's been a while since, what is that, Guinevere?
Guinevere.
Yeah. I was like, both of them are very, sustainable. Not only that, they have great crowd control. So picking up that Diggy is good.
Yeah, I mean, Diggy, I believe some statistics I saw last season was Alice with the highest win rate. That was because of her insane jungle patch that has been removed from the game now. I don't think Alice jungle's that great anymore, so maybe don't pick that up. But Diggy was the second place for the highest win rate in the mythic bracket. So this hero just scary. Those are the eyes of death you are looking at right there.
No, most definitely. I mean, and if I'm not mistaken, Diggy is also a great counter to Wanwan. So, Night Horde's kind of just, yeah. I mean, shooting for the stars at this point. It's gonna be. I mean, it's one trick of the trade that I always like to say is that you literally, like, if there's a Diggy on the field, you might as well throw everything at Diggy instead of giving Diggy that one hero that they really focus on.
The Guinevere versus Diggy matchup is not too bad for the Guinevere, I believe. Sure, you get countered with the spatial migration and Violet Requiem type of stuff. But since Guinevere is such a maneuverable hero, you can just go in with the spatial migration and bait out the time journey whenever you'd like, really. So it just depends on sort of the tempo between the two teams, in my opinion.
Most definitely. I mean, we'll just have to see what they bring. I mean, to be honest, both of these teams are definitely heavy hitters in my book. So yeah. I think we're going to have an action-packed match here. And they're picking up a gourd. So, I mean, seeing a little bit of a mixture of magic damage. We got to really see who the roam is. It's a little wild.
Yeah, it could. I mean, this all-out pick is a flex pick, so it could be shifted to the XP lane, could be shifted to the roam, depending on what Night Horde feels like they need to do in this matchup. As we're going to see the Ruby and the Irithel being picked up. I mean, it's up to them to decide what might be better.
It's true. Irithel being picked up. So Irithel is a really good pick here as well because it's going to keep the Guinevere at bay. It's going to keep, the gourd at bay. Also, again, another counter to Wanwan is movement speed. So Wanwan's going to have a really hard time securing that crossbow at Tang. So I want to see what they bring. And you said R-Lot was a flex pick, so it does seem like they are flexing that.
Yeah, straight away. We got to see the Lapu Lapu being brought out here. Ooh, and even a bit of a swap as well. So flexing and swapping, as you can see, very flexible team Night Horde is. Anyway, AIKO, I might ask you, which draft do you prefer from these both teams? I mean, I quite like them both.
I like them both as well. I think they're both definitely throwing us for, a run for our money. We do see some Purifies being picked up on the left side. So even though they do have a Diggy, they are still anticipating that they are going to be crowd controlled like no tomorrow. So, I mean, right now, I always... I feel like a Diggy is going to bring the winning plays here. So it's just going to come down to that. I like wildcard draft.
Yeah, I think I agree with you as well. The Diggy pick, is just so valuable here versus many like big team fight CC spells from Night Horde. So he's gonna be the player in this game. He's gonna be the player that decides the outcomes of most of the fights with that singular spell of his known as the Time Journey.
Oh yeah, that time journey is definitely going to be the key for wild cards. Kind of looking at what's going on this side. We can see that red side is Night Horde, blue side's wild cards. So definitely keep an eye out for them. And I mean, look, we can already see that the R-Lot's invading, getting that vision. That's something I would say is going to have to be the win condition for Night Horde. Is just that constant pressure, constant vision, keeping Diggy's like bombs at bay, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly that. And all-out can sort of work against Diggy as well, against the Time Journey. If you can get that final slash off before the Time Journey happens, even if they're not stunned anymore because of the Time Journey, they're still out of position because you've brought them into your teammate.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I know with the new meta is that rotating with the jungle is a little rough now, just because, you know, the crabs are a little hard to get. So I feel like that's something we're going to have to see here. The early games are always going to be a little bit slow. And if we have to pick another win condition for Night Horde, I think they're going to have to really make it into the late game here for that 1-1.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree as well. One might struggle a little bit against this Irithel late game. I believe it's not the best matchup for, obviously, as you pointed out in the draft, that Irithel, being maneuverable as she is gonna not let 1-1 get too many opportunities to activate her ult. However, we're gonna see, actually a bit of a gank in the mid lane. Fracture committed by Nolan does get out a bit there, but yeah, I mean 1-1 still has other allies to activate her crossbow of Tang with, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, and I mean, you also got to think that a lot of wild cards, they're all up in front. The Irithel's the only one that really stays into the back line, so that's something that, you know, Night Horde's going to have to confront with. And I feel like, I mean, you know, the R-Lot is there to displace a lot of their frontal pressure, so I can't wait to see once we, you know, turtles are coming up and, you know, major team fights are coming down.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, Turtle's getting taken down quite quickly. Oh my foe with the speed there. Gets it so fast. The bravest Spider's out. It goes onto the Lily, but she has the magic shoes to defend herself. Ruby stunning up the team quite well for herself. The Mystic Gush is maybe going to finish off the Lilia, but before that happens, Ruby does get taken down. Wow, what an engagement.
No, definitely great engagements. I mean, Night Horde coming out on top, and I think they're gonna always win the early phase just because they have that R-Lot. They have that pressure, and then the flicker.
Oh my god! Oh, he gets the kill!
The greed! The greed! A little bit of a cheeky, ballsy play there. Wild from Night Horde. They wanted it all, and they took it.
Hot Knack really wants that additional goal to keep himself irrelevant in this game here. I feel like that is worth it to some degree. It's hard to say at some point. I mean, he does commit the flicker as well, so that's a resource taken away from him just to get that kill. So we'll have to see if it pays off or not. Yeah,
I mean, it's a little bit of a trade-off, you know, like a tank for, if I'm not mistaken, it was the mage, the Lilia fell there. And I mean, it definitely pushes the mage back a little bit now, you know, like Gord's going to be able to scale a little bit more. And that's something you want, right? Because Lilia has a lot of heavy pressure into the engages here. So setting her back is probably what they want to go for. And then again, the pressure by Night Horde is just a lot.
Crazy. Okay, people are going to see the special migration. It does come up, but the time journey is there to defend his team. Okay, I think it was Nolan who did get the blue buff in the end. He's going to go in with the fracture, gets the kill onto Gord. Beautiful kill. He wants more, maybe.
Oh yeah.
He goes straight in. Oh, he's actually going to get out the Guinevere. He's getting protected by this roll. The final slash onto about 4. It's crazy. Ruby's trying to mitigate the damage as much as she can, but if the damage has been dealt. Although it's Night Horde are actually going to be the ones who lose one.
They're still going though. Black boots are not there.
Oh my god, that was crazy. That final slash was so beautiful.
It was. I mean, the bravest warrior by Night Horde too. I thought wild cards were coming out on top on that engage. They took quite a bit from Night Hordes, but then they just weren't able to completely escape as much as I would like them to. So. I mean, that was an even playing field. It looked a little dicey for Night Horde, but now they're kind of collapsing in on him. Onak might be in trouble.
We said the bravest fighter goes in. The turtle's been taken out already, though. Being locked down by the second skill of Diggy, but he's not really that bothered. I mean, bravest fighter is just such a strong spell in order to like move around the team fights. Be such an annoying menace on Ramses here. So he's doing a great job of just providing vision. You know, not letting Team Wildcard get into that turtle pit to contest it.
Yeah, and I mean, we got to take a look at some of the items that we see here. Wildcards really needs to get some anti-heal into their pocket here. A little bit of an anti-magic as well. So we'll see how that plays out. The Hawk's Claw is already being picked up by the Irithel. A good play. Sustainability is going to be there. And I mean, they're not too far behind in gold. So I feel... Ooh, in the mid lane, though.
Ooh, that's just blown up, as I said in the drop. This hero still blows you up, man. You gotta be so careful about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we see that. That's the Nolan's power and his ability, right? Being able to get in there quick, get that easy kill on the mage. Position is going to be key by Night Horde. Wildcards really has to keep up this pressure, right? And I mean, they have to keep the pressure up, get in and get out when they need to. And I feel like that's their key initiative here to be able to take the game back.
Okay, here we go. Nolan once again with a fracture. A second kill onto Gord in a span of like a minute there. That's huge. I mean, Gord had that really good early game advantage with Lilia maybe dying once. But now, I mean, the tables have turned here a bit. Yeah,
I mean, we're going to have to see Night Horde rely on their carry at this point as we see another...
Ooh. Oh man, that's a bit of a rough kill there. ZQT getting taken down. Is the second death this game. Oh, and as Nolan maybe goes in once again, has the fracture, but the bravest fighter dodges it. Oh my god, the outplay from Ramses. That was beautiful.
What's up with all these 1v1s? Each team, they just want those cheeky plays. They want to get into that spotlight and 1v1 them. Onak already getting pushed out of the bush though. But they're down their jungle now. Rip.
Oh man. That was probably the most insane play I've seen in a long time. I mean, beautiful dodges from the dimensional rifts of this Nolan into a very clean kill with that burst damage. I don't know where he got that damage from, but it definitely showed up.
Definitely did. And I mean, this is what we want to see from both sides. Is a little bit of pressure, but from Wildcards, I feel like they got to get a little of their ego out.
Okay, here we go. An engagement in the top lane. The time journey committed quite early, just stopping any prior CC. Oh, but what? How?
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, my foe with the quick shoes. Oh, and the final slash into the tower straight away. They're gonna get a tower at the bottom lane so far. Oh, but he's not gonna make it out. Not enough follow up from his one-way, and probably not enough damage yet. As maybe finds him in the bush.
Finds him. Can they get away?
He's gonna chase. But he's got backup this time. Irithel goes in with the heavy crossbow, but doesn't really do anything else.
Oh. Dude, they want it. They want it. But down here at the bottom lane, like, we're gonna see another 1v1 here. Maybe the ego.
But he takes the red.
Oh, he still wants it though.
Oh, he wants to go in again. He drops the hammer onto the face. Oh, but I mean, Nolan, not the easiest hero to catch for sure.
Nolan is just, he wants it, you know. He lost that 1v1 and it disrespected him, and he just came back for more.
I mean, he tried to take the fight without the blue buff, so it might have not been the best fight to take. But look at Ramses just taunting them, standing behind their tier 1 tower, being like, try and kill me.
Definitely. I mean, we're gonna have to see what they pull through here. Wildcards got to take it slow though.
Okay, bravest fighter in onto ZQT with the final slash is going to control him up. I don't think he lives through this one. No, he does not. Ooh, it's looking not too easy for Wildcard. It's about a 4,000 gold lead for Night Horde. So they're going to keep up this pressure, and then maybe they can take this win. I mean, Wildcard still have a really good late game to work with though.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to come down to that, but the gold difference is just gapping, and Wildcards has to do something.
I mean, Ramses is absolutely non-stop fighting here. Goes straight away into 4 members, and they have to run away from him. Nolan trying to do as much damage as he can to this Arlot, but just tickles his little tip of his spear there.
That bravest warriors. That bravest warriors coming out. No comment. And I mean, Ramsey, he's just going with it. I mean, this is what a Lapu excels at. I mean, his ultimate's up like every 3 seconds at this point. And I mean, getting into the late game, that's what we want to see. Just constant utilization of your ultimate. Keep that bravest warrior on cooldown as much as possible. I haven't really seen a crossbow Tang really come out, so I want to see something come down that team wipes.
Oh, there's the spatial migration. It's onto 1, but the time journey's gonna save them. And oh, maybe he gets caught here. Takes a huge amount of damage from the tower and the heavy crossbow, but gets out quite nice and safe as we see Lord pushing down the bottom tower here.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be able to stop this Lord unless something happens here.
Oh, maybe something happens. Are we going to see? Oh, baby. Oh, Arlot's just no fear. Goes in with the triple final slash here. There's the crossbow Tang. Goes onto the back line. It's still going. Irithel does take out the Arlot in the end, but it leaves 1-1 to her own defenses. A pretty decent defense by Wildcard, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that crossbow Tang was going to do a little bit more damage than it did. We're seeing that possibly the gold lane not carrying.
Nolan is in a bit of danger. The bravest fighter is doing so much damage to him. Mr. Gush on the backlines as well. Retribution takes the blue buff away from Nolan once again. And it's going to be a killing spree for Diggy? Excuse me? What?
Ooh, the black boots.
Oh, I mean, she has to heal her somehow, but she's going to walk straight into the grasp of the rest of Night Horde there. Oh my, what a game.
Definitely. I mean, what we're seeing here is that, I mean, wildcards just aren't picking their battles, and they're just falling into the Night Horde's hand.
Ooh. Oh, a bit of anti-synergy there. Take the final slash takes them out of the spatial migration. Yep. They still get the kill at least, though. Whew, they need to be a bit careful of that interaction. Yeah,
this is what I was saying, right? They need vision. They need to pick their battles, and they're kind of falling right into Night Horde's hand. So from wildcards, we need to see a little bit of patience.
Oh, the Wind of Nature. The Wind of Nature committed by Wan keeps her nice and safe. Oh man, that would have been a huge kill for sure, though.
I mean, that's a lot of utilization baited out though, with the Lord coming up in 30 seconds. I think they might end up having, or the Wind of Nature might be about half when the Lord comes up. So could be a good take onto wildcard's hand here now. I mean, again, they just really have to utilize some of their CC here, right? We need to see Zed. We need to see Can't Leave You Without It, you know, combo here.
Oh, I mean, it's all on. Just going straight away in. The time journey has been committed so far. Maybe the spatial migration to follow up. No, the bravest spider trying to get this Diggy who's been so annoying and Suradis, but they won't get him. In fact, it was Night Horde was the only one who lost members.
Yeah, I mean, Night Horde lost a member, but they baited out everything from wildcards. They do not have many ultimates to contest this, but they're going to go for it.
Oh, okay. Nolan in the backline does not have the blue buff, so he needs to be very careful how he spends his energy. And as Lord is about a third HP here, it might get reset. Yes, it does. I mean, Wildcard doing a really good job of contesting this now. They've still 4v5 here. If they manage to blow it up fast enough, they're going to be able to secure it for themselves. Lapu Lapu, bravest spider goes straight away in. The retribution, it goes to Lilia on the side of Wildcard. That's a huge pickup for them, and it's a mega kill for Diggy.
They can just not stop this Diggy at this point. 4-0-4, keeping definitely wildcards at like on top of their game here. Paired with Skipmaker or Skip I'm pretty sure that's a different language than I'm used to. So yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll just call him Skippy.
We'll call him Skip. Skippy, yeah.
We'll call him Skippy. Wildcards did secure the Lord, though. This is the breathing room that they needed, right? Like, this is their time to clear up some of these towers. Maybe do something to put Night Horde in their place.
It's going to charge down mid. It's the enhanced Lord, so it's going to do that 50% HP damage. As Nolan not really doing that much damage to these tanky frontline heroes. Crossbow attack, it's the second time we've seen it this game. It's not, unfortunately, not going to finish off ZQT. And Lord gets taken down before he can charge the tower. That's actually huge for Night Horde.
Wow. I cannot believe they let that happen. I mean, Wildcards they had some good plays there. You know, Ren went in with that heavy crossbow and was able to put a lot of damage onto Night Horde. And they just didn't, they're not using the pressure. It seems like they're a little scared at being able to put too much pressure on a Night Horde. And sometimes I feel like you have to make, you know, a ballsy play to change the tides.
Oh, Wan looking a bit to this Diggy kill. He's getting baited, though. I don't know if she's going to make it out of this one. She gets slain by this heavy crossbow of Irithel. A great bait from this Diggy. Oh, but actually, a great spatial migration into the Director with the Mystic Edge follow-up is going to maybe change this team fight. Okay. Oh, I mean, it's working. I don't know what else to say there. I mean, Wildcard. Just absolutely beautiful plays. You can see their synergy together is amazing. Working together with that to just bait that 1-1 in.
That's what we needed to see from them, though, right? We needed to see, you know, just a little bit of a bait, a little bit of map control. Again, they're gaining the vision on a Night Horde. Night Horde's not able to overcommit as much as they used to, and that is something that their Wildcard's using to their advantage now. Now, oh, look at the back line!
Oh, man! There it is! Mr. Skippy!
What a cheeky little play there. Coming in from the back line to get Lala knocked out there. That's a Horde that you're probably gonna have for the next Lord fight, but gonna come in late. So, and again, wild cards could have held off a little bit and got that play a little bit later so that they had the advantage during the Lord, but we'll see how they utilize it.
Oh man, this guy definitely knows how to play this hero, man. Taking the, as you said, those very cheeky kills onto this Horde. We want to be seeing that a lot more often if we want to see any sort of comeback attempt from the wildcard here, as the Lord will be spawned up.
Definitely, and like I said, like Gorde's back now. I mean, we're gonna have to see like map control. I don't know if possibly we have a DC on Horde. He's kind of
I was just about to say. Yeah.
He's kind of just staying in the base, but we ain't got no call for any pauses or anything like that. So we'll see how it turns out. But again, I mean, with what we're seeing here, someone really needs to, hold that left lane, right? And we can see that Zed's there.
Oh, I mean, okay, Nolan went on to Toru again. I think he might have baited the Wind of Nature. I didn't really catch if he did or not. So that, as you said, that might be the utility down for the Lord fight. There's the pause.
I knew the pause was going to come sometime. It's just, I was like, that Horde, dude, he got knocked into another dimension of AFK-ness. I'll tell you that.
After getting killed by that Nolan, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he might have snapped his phone. I don't know.
He might have just like got jump scared in real life, and just thrown his phone on the ground. It's like, shit. Oh, I don't know how to say that word. He's like, damn. Damn, I broke my phone.
Uh-oh. All right, I went back to the caster's desk, but it looks like they're all good. We're gonna go back right into the game here.
Oh, there he is.
Looks like all of that time he was waiting. I'm surprised wildcards didn't take advantage of that time. Like that is something you sometimes gotta communicate to your team that like, hey, Gorde's AFK.
Yeah, I mean it's a strategy, man. It helps you win it all. The final flash, ooh, it whiffs. Oh, I mean it's not got the longest cooldown, so probably not the worst thing to whiff.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is what I like to see, but we need to see a little bit more control from both sides, right? Wildcards don't want to overcommit. Night Hordes don't want to overcommit. Right now, Night Hordes needs to bait them out a little bit just because they do have the Lapu Lapu on the left lane, but it looks like Wildcards wants to commit.
Oh, look at the damage coming from Nolan with the Season Hunter. Most likely, he's going to it's gone. Lord, taken straight out of the hands of Night Horde here.
Yeah, and I mean, Night Horde didn't really show anything because again, they're kind of running a little bit low out of steam. This is the late game. They really have to, carry Toru at this point in order to get some good plays. Now, again, the whole team that we're dealing with from the side of wildcards, they have the Diggy for that extra support. They have, Lilia. She has the black shoes. So, I mean, they're just sustainable, so they really have to pick their fights. If they can possibly get down and catch Skippy, I think might be the biggest play for them at that point. If they can catch Ren or Skippy, I feel like that's where they need to go.
Yeah, I mean, Skippy is definitely not the easiest here to catch. Even with the spatial migration knockup from Gwen, I mean, he still has a fracture dispelled to get rid of it. As well as, I mean, that same applies to the final slash and the bravest fighter. Lord does charge in the mid lane, does do that 50% damage, but they take it out swiftly after that.
It's wild. I mean, respectable by wildcards. They're using this time to control the lanes, but I think out of this, they only got possibly 2 towers. Really have to utilize these super minions.
Oh yeah. Oh, I pay attention to
there it goes.
Actually. She picks up the Winter Truncheon. I mean, that's gonna help her in the front line so much. Because she's definitely not doing the best on her team. Oh, cancel the spatial migration, brings it back with the Diggy. Does have the immortality to work with though, so she's not too scared of this Guinevere. Oh, my foe. Just frontlining so beautifully.
Definitely, and I mean, this is what we want to see. Night Horde is giving a great defense, but might get caught.
Oh, there it is. I'm offended, but the Winter Truncheon comes out. She's maybe going to keep her safe from the Diggy onslaught, but no, I think she's going to get taken out. Immortality has popped, and now she's going to get taken out for the second time. The time journey's not there in time to save her. Oh, man, Wildcard are coming back into this game in style.
I think Wildcard might attempt to try to end it here. They still have a lot of utilization available. Big plays could possibly go down. They're going to use this time to possibly penetrate Night Horde's base.
Well, I mean, Gord's whatever second skill is called, that's doing such a good job of keeping these minions at bay. So it's not going to be very easy for Wildcard to approach this. I guess ideally they need to get another one of those sick pick-off plays from Skippy in order to breach this high ground.
Yeah, they do. We do. So this is something that you got to keep an eye on, right? Like Night Horde now has the ability to, you know, take control over a little bit of the map, as all of Wildcard's, they took a reset, right? So they're giving up a little bit of the vision on the map, and we can kind of see that here with Ramsey. Ramsey might be holding it, given that vision.
Oh,
Skip,
the 1v1
though.
of the 1v1 of this game is happening again, but I don't think he can commit. I mean, he has immortality, so even if he commits all his skills, he needs to be careful of just like, he has to take him down twice. Definitely not an easy job.
Yeah,
let alone once. Man.
Control the map is what they need to do, right? And I mean, we can kind of see that the Wanwan wants this bottom lane, which if they can keep the Ruby at bay, would be a good play.
Oh, there it is. The time journey has to be committed here, otherwise he's going to lose his life. Bravest Fighter in onto the back line. Oh, the flicker from Diggy keeps him nice and safe here. Oh, Nolan wants to try and take out Ramsey, but doesn't have just enough damage. Oh, here we go. Ola might be in a lot of danger here. He's going to get taken out by Diggy. This 5th kill this game. My lord.
A lot of commitment there. Looks like Wildcards might be able to take the Lord here. Let's see what they do.
Oh, here we go. Bravest Fighter once again in by Ramses. The Mystic Gush is there to back him up. Oh, there we go. The Winter Truncheon from Lilia. She does have the immortality, though. With the Black Shoes, it's not going to be there in time. And she's going to get taken out by Gord. Ruby goes onto the Guinevere, trying to disrupt the team fight a little bit. Offended comes out.
Oh,
the fleeting time
line.
from Dime. It comes, yeah, the fleeting time will save them. I'm confusing fleeting time and time journey here. Excuse me. But here, Wildcard are doing really good plays here, taking out key members of Night Horde for maybe a Lord fight here. Ooh!
Pop the immortality.
The glowing wand. The glowing wand takes out the immortality from Diggy.
It does. It does. That burn is impeccable. So I got to give it up to Wildcard here, right? Like, their ability to get into the back line and just devastate Night Horde, we can see that right now with Skippy here. He's a little bit, he definitely got seen there, but he is just there. He's a menace for the back line of Night Horde.
Especially with that blue buff, man. He's so confident. Gonna see the Bravest Fighter once in, is in again. Diggy needs to be very careful. That's gonna be the shutdown that they need, Night Horde. But except for the fact that Gore got taken out by Skippy once again. Erethel's trying to pump in as much damage as he can. She's doing her absolute best, and Ruby controlling them quite well with the final slash might keep them at bay, but not long enough. Nolan, he's going to go on to this Lapu Lapu. Ramses is in a bit of danger here. Oh, there's a spatial migration with the Violet Requiem. It's going to control them for a little bit, but now she needs to be on the run here.
He wasted his retry, though. Both teams definitely wasted the retry. They could possibly get a cheeky steal here. Definitely would be a ballsy play.
Oh, I think they can do it. I don't think Toru, but he wants to try, but he hasn't really proven himself to be the biggest menace this game. He's going to have to take a big risk here, but the Unoffended comes out. It's going to maybe catch her here, but the suppression onto Ruby is going to protect her. Now Nolan clears up Toru, and it's going to be a double kill for him as well. Oh my god, Skippy, my boy, carrying Wildcard.
They're doing really well. I mean, this is a 23-minute match. Both teams are fierce competitors and don't want to give up, but Wildcard's just coming out on some of these key plays. And I think they're going to end it here.
Oh, they actually take off the immortality for my foe with the Winter Truncheon play. He's actually going to keep them safe for a little bit longer. It's not enough. Nolan just decimates them as we see a bit of recall action. And that's GG's, man. I don't know what else to say. Oh, wait, excuse me. Is Gord savage? Excuse me? Nah, I'm kidding.
I was like, they're just delaying the inevitable at this point.
Well played to Wildcard with an amazing comeback.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, they were just going back and forth at this point, and I mean, wildcards definitely picked their battles, and I feel like that was like, you know, the key initiative that they needed to. Zed kind of really stepped it up into that late game, right? And again, I feel like they dropped their ego, and then they went for really good, precise plays on the Night Horde, and I feel like that kind of turned the tides. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't believe I didn't make this joke earlier, but Skippy as smooth as peanut butter, man. This guy, this guy is very good on this hero. I think it might be a potential ban out here, and I guess MVP to Ren QT with those 0 deaths on that Aerithel. So that's what I got to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, the Aerithel and the Diggy, right? I mean, it was just, again, Diggy such a great person to have on the playing field. At the mobility, both of them were countering the Wan at this point. As you can see, the Wan just wasn't able to scale, wasn't able to, you know, get a decent amount of kills like Rin was able to do, you know, like being able to stand at that back line. You know, wildcards had a full frontal line, a little bit of backline peel, you know, by Skippy. So it was a great play by both sides.
Something I guess I need to mention here is that most of Night Horde's damage is kind of like skill shot based, you know, with the Bravest Fighter and the Mystic Gush. And they do have enough control for these skill shots to land, except for the fact that there's a Diggy, man. You know, if you can't keep them still because you're using all of your stun spells to like onto a time journey target, then you're gonna have a lack of damage.
100%. I mean, we've seen that, and we just had to leave it up to can't leave without it. Night Horde played good. I mean, they were controlling a lot of that early. It was just when it came into that late game, you really needed the Wan to carry the team at that point, and it was just a little bit of a tough play for Night Horde.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. We did see some cool Winter Truncheon Immortality plays as well. That was really cool to see. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Well, Night Hordes will lose this first round. So what do you think that Night Horde might be able to change in their sort of play style coming into this next game?
I would say if they're looking to have crowd control, you know, heroes, they really need to get rid of that Diggy. You cannot let a Diggy onto the playing field. Or, again, I felt like they tried to go with the strat that I always like to say, is just put so much onto the playing field that it's really hard for them to utilize the time journey. But
yeah,
they took it way to the late game. They didn't. I feel like they played for the late game, and that it fell into Wildcard's hand at that point. So I don't know. Night Horde, they just have to. They gotta bring something together here, right? The early game was impeccable. They just have to bring it together onto the late game.
Yeah, for sure. And for Wildcard, for their draft, I mean, I really like their Nolan on this guy. I can't remember. Skippy, excuse me.
Skip. Don't
Skip.
skip me.
I don't think you can let it fall into the hands of him. I do know Nightfall, Oh My Foe does play a little bit of it, so maybe Wildcard is going to have to be the ones banning it out. We'll have to see when this game starts.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll see. Again, we're seeing a different meta than what I'm used to. So I want to see what they bring to the table. I feel like this could be a really, really long series. A BO5 that we are in. I mean, both sides were giving it their all. You know, if we were playing tug of war, like I couldn't really tell which side was gonna win, and it just ultimately came down to wildcards having a little bit of stronger members, I guess.
I guess I need to talk a bit about this Guinevere pick. Guinevere is still such a very good pick to like an initiating jungler, and you build a tank so that you don't really feel threatened in like Lord and Turtle fights. However, while you were gone, I believe if you were playing by then, she did receive a nerf on her second skill on the spatial migration. The cooldown has been quite significantly increased. So they need to be maybe more wary about the power spike of this hero.
Yeah, I feel like what happened with Guinevere was just like it just fell into the
Diggy trap.
Yeah, the Diggy trap. I mean, if you're gonna play heroes that are so based on winning that crowd control, you definitely need to ban a Diggy.
There it is. We see the Diggy being banned out straight away. No hesitation from Nighthorde to get rid of that evil bird with the glasses.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good play. I feel like Nighthorde definitely had a bigger advantage if they would have had that Diggy or banned it out. And it was just a straight good play by Wildcards to pick that up so early. And they just really didn't have an answer to it. And I mean, now they do.
I will choose my own
I mean,
path.
the Diggy ban being banned up here is going to change a few things in the draft, as well as the R-Lot ban as well. So we're going to see a few heroes making it through the draft. Lunox is not one of those heroes, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. I do expect a Nolan ban from Wildcards, though.
Yeah, a Nolan ban. I do feel like Skip played that Nolan phenomenal. I mean, what we're going to probably see if they ban the Nolan, they might want to pick up the Nolan themselves, but they're going to really have to keep an eye on it, right? Because, again, vision is key in this game, and Skip took advantage of their lack of vision by Nighthorde, and that, I feel like that definitely won a lot of the game for Wildcards.
They think, I mean, Nighthordes, they think that this 1-1 is a bit of a threat for them. I believe that they picked up in the first game. Yeah, so that's a bit of an interesting ban coming out from them there. As we see another Respect Fredrin ban here coming from Wildcards, and there it is, the Nolan being banned up here as well. There's quite a few heroes open here, AIKO. We've got the Joy, we've got the Nana, man. All of these cute little cat girls, man. They're scary.
Oh god, not the e-girls. Calm down. Calm down. What the Matilda?
Here we go.
Oh god.
We've got Matilda picked up by Totenak. This hero is insane, man. I can't, at least in the South African server, it's been such a menace with like enabling, you know, like a few individual members to maneuver across the map so beautifully well.
Yeah, I mean, if they pick up the Angela, could be an interesting play. They would definitely have to pick up someone that would utilize that Angela, but I don't know if they're going to actually commit to that too early, right? Like, we're looking at a tank. I mean, you could go tank for tank because you got the ideal, but again, oh, CC was left open though.
Oh man, there it is. We've got the whole Eagle draft this time, AIKO. We're going. Let's see if they commit to it. We pick up the Joy. We pick up the Nana.
Hey, I've heard that this is a women's game, and we're seeing it right now.
But CC, this hero is absolutely insane. It's really good against catching.
Oh god.
really slippery targets with the ulti. So they need to be careful about how they draft around the CC, as we see the Nana being picked up. And oh my god. What did I say, AIKO? What did I say?
I mean, I like it. I mean, we do see that Nighthorde's going for mobility this time around. A little bit of control, a lot of backline pressure from Nighthorde, and we're seeing a great response by Wildcard, right? They picked up this Kaja so that they could take down Oh My Foe. That is the one hero that has the ability to be able to stop Joy at this point, and that just goes to show that their suppression. That is a great play by Wildcards.
Later, I mean, in like long series of like best of 5s or best of 7s, suppression becomes way more valuable because you like feel out the enemy team. You feel out what is their strong points, what are their weak points, and being able to single out a specific target like that is so incredibly valuable. So I agree with this Kaja pick. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good response. I like that Wildcards, their draft is always a response to what Nighthorde has. Now, Nighthorde, let's kind of take an ideal. I mean, the Matilda might be able to catch the Claude. I mean, the Nana could be a good play to stop the Kaja from being able to, you know, jump in and catch the Joy. So there's a couple plays that they could possibly, you know, get here. I think it's going to be a little bit more cheeky on the side of Nighthorde, right? Like, they're going to have to do something. And I feel like these last two picks are going to be crucial.
Okay, we're gonna commit to the Eagles. Maybe not. We're gonna see the full female team coming in here, and no, they do not. It's gonna be Tora and his harem.
I'm a huge fan of Brody. I'm a huge fan of Brody. I mean, the torn apart memories is a great ultimate to be able to catch Claude, get into that back line. Same thing, if you're able to pop the, the black shoes, you're able to do a lot, but picking up this Xborg is going to be, this wild card just knows how to respond to a draft.
Exactly. Xborg not bothered by any of the CC, overwhelming CC from Night Horde here with that Ruby and that Nana. I guess one thing we need to talk about as well is the nerfs to these two marksmen on either team. We got the nerf on Claude's mobility with his second skill. That's like increased by 2 seconds or something, which means quite a lot in a lot of engagements. As well as Brody's torn apart memory also got a CD increase. So we're going to have to see how these two players play around these specific nerfs.
Definitely. And I mean, playing around the nerfs, and also we're gonna have to see wildcard execute these plays, right? I mean, it's gonna come down to, can they stop this Joy? Because I feel like the Joy is gonna be the biggest problem that they have, is because Joy's gonna be able to chase Claude. Joy's gonna be able to get into the back line and take a little bit from wildcards. Now, wildcards on the other hand, the Xborg pickup was a great stopper to the Joy, right? Able to stop a lot of that burst that they bring to the playing field. And again, I think this is going to be just a back and forth. Now, I do have to say that Night Horde's a little squishy, so I want to see what they do to counter that squishiness.
I mean, they do have the Ruby. Obviously not the most tanky here in the game, but still not easy to kill. Hey, I mean, you have to commit many resources in order to kill this Ruby. And I feel like Matilda can build a bit tanky. We'll have to see what sort of direction she approaches. So I feel like they do have decent options in order to not be squishy. I also don't mind them being a bit squishy against Xborg, who does counter tanky heroes quite a lot. So I'm in favor of it. I'm in favor of Night Horde's draft this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, Night Horde, they still bring it to the playing field that they have the experience. They know how to execute wild plays in the early stage, and we're seeing that now.
Ooh, they got a lot of contention just for this little jungle creep here, but I think it's going to be the wildcards who does secure it for themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
just going into like what Joy. Let me just geek out a little bit on my Joy knowledge here. Is that Joy has an improved matchup into the Kaja compared to her old self, where she did need to go in with her dashes, with the CC immunity from her dashes. That was a bit more rough against a hero like Kaja. But now that her CC immunity is on her ultimate, she's a bit more comfortable to go in, I would argue.
Okay, all right, I like it. I mean, we're gonna have the back and forth bicker. I think Joy, I mean, with her a little bit of a buff, I could see that playing into factor. But again, it's going to come down to key execution.
Oh, there it is. The armor fended onto Kaja, gets blown up by this Nana. Oh my god, we're going to see the retribution. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to Joy. Zen QT absolutely popping off here. I mean, not Zen QT. Oh, my foe. With electrifying beats, is going to try and take out this the CC. Unable to do so, as wildcards, they get the kill in the backline on Ramses.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. This is the second game I've seen a Ruby. Ruby does not seem to excel into the early game. So I feel like that could be a little bit of a problem for Night Horde. I think they really need to take it into the late game. But I don't know. I mean, Brody's really good into the late game against a Claude. Claude's also really good into team fights. So I feel like it's either or when it comes up to these matchups.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna see Matilda being so annoying here. It's like, let me be annoying. Let me try and take this red away. But the wildcard's doing a good job of zoning her away, not letting her do anything like that.
Definitely. I mean, zoning and control over the map is what Night Horde executed great into the last series. I want to see... Wildcards is playing patient though, I mean, they're not overcommitting. They're taking plays when they can. Oh, my foe's kind of blowing that I don't know what the ultimate is, but that music
beats.
There you go, electrifying beats. That, I mean, they're just kind of blowing it early.
I mean, it's a bit more detrimental because Joy also got a bit of a nerf on her ulti. I think it was an 8-second increase on electrifying beats as well. So definitely not as strong as she was, and he needs to use that ulti a bit more as a resource. As you see bot lane, the outplay coming in from Ramses gets a beautiful solo kill onto ZQT.
I feel like that's the caster curse right there. Right? Like I was like, you know, Ruby sucks in the early. Ramsey was like, hold my beer. And then just 1v1 CC.
Oh my god. As you're going to see the turtle being started up here. I mean, they're one player down at this point. Oh no, except for the fact that CC, she's going to come into the side here. Divine Judgment onto this Joy, bringing her back with electrifying beats. The last insanity maybe gets her out. No, he doesn't. Joy gets out. Oh, but Brody, a beautiful kill onto the CC once again. But they do not have the jungler on the side of Night Horde here, so they need to be quite careful. Guiding Winds brings Ruby straight into the middle of the fight here. And Ruby, I mean, not Ruby, the Nana is the one doing the damage here. And she is untouched.
2-0-1. I mean, Nana has a built-in immortality. Definitely seems like it's going to be the nuisance for wild cards at this point, as we can already see. Engages left and right, but the top lane.
Oh, the top lane indeed. They're going to maybe dive in underneath the tier 2 tower with the flicker play from Toru. Beautiful kill. Beautiful synergy. I mean, they're playing around this Matilda's Guiding Winds beautifully.
Yeah, they're definitely scaling and snowballing a little bit at this point. As you can see, Night Horde is controlling a bit of the map. I think it was that 1v1 kill at the bottom that just like... I don't know what happened, but they got a burst of inertia, and they're just rolling with it.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. I can't agree with that more. We're going to see the Starlium Scythe being picked up by Joy here. So we're going to start seeing those beautiful pick-off plays, except for the fact... Oh, Totnak gets picked off by the Claude here. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, hey, it happens a little bit into the early stage.
I mean, that could offset a bit of the tempo from Night Horde here, as they're going to go in with the conceal play onto Toru. Lost Insanity committed as well. I don't think he's going to make it through this one. He's going to get belly. Oh, he just doesn't make it out in the end. As Oh My Foe with the Starlium Scythe and the electrifying beats, he's going to clean up beautifully. Double kill for Joy here. They get a triple.
What in the world? What a clap back by Night Horde there. They definitely made wildcards pay for that engage. I mean, that was a good response. I mean, if we could hear the comms from Night Horde, that was a great response to a concealed play.
100%. I mean, they basically Toru baited them into a bad position. I mean, that was beautifully positioned by him. And now we're gonna go. Oh, the blue buff's a bit open here to a bit of raiding, but Joy in the top lane against CC though, so maybe not anything like that sort.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing Night Horde control it.
Oh, here we go. A bit of a team fight here. The Divine Judgment goes onto one, but I think it got cancelled by the CC ultimate. A beautiful flicker hook play from the Ruby. Goes straight away in and gets the Kaja in the end. Ruby stunning this ZQT up once again. Gets the double kill. Oh my god. They're playing so well on Night Horde, AIKO. I can't tell you more.
This is what I was saying in the early stage, though. I was like, I love how Wildcards responds to the enemy's draft, but they have to execute a lot of key plays to make it out of there. Really, Joy has never been caught by the Kaja yet, and I mean, like you said earlier.
Oh, here we go. Oh, killing spree for Brody here, blowing up the Xborg. He has no chance of living. He needs that Faraga armor in order to stay alive, and they caught him with his pants down.
Well, like I was saying, Sep, man, like what you were saying earlier, I think maybe the Joy and the Kaja, I mean, it could be a great, a great go here. I mean, they're scaling so hard right now, and they're not giving Night Horde any wildcards any breathing room, and that is what they want to continue to do. Just choke the life out of wildcards so they can turn this series around.
Yeah, I mean, all Joy needs to do in those engagements, and is what she is doing as well. Oh, actually, just before I say that, Kaja gets picked off by I'm Offended of Ruby. Oh man, this guy is not having a good day today. Oh.
Ooh, that I'm Ruby. Offended is nasty.
Oh, she's been playing it so well on this Ramses. just about the joy. You can what you do is you prep up your dashes on like minions or heroes without CC, and then you only go in near Kaja once you have your ult available, and it's so effective because of the extra defenses that provides. Oh, actually, we might see the flicker play. Oh, it catches them in the flicker. Oh, but the guiding wins. It saves Toru from Totenak with the guiding. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Totenak out here going ham.
Oh, and another kill for Nighthorde once again, picking up Mr. Skippy on his exploits. And they're gonna breach high ground here. The tower has used that clearing minion wave ability that I don't know what it's called. Although they're actually a bit out of position here on the other side of the wall. Totenak on like 0 HP still gets out, and with the guarding wind saves his ally Ramses as well. Oh.
Dude, the clapback from both teams has been amazing, but right now we're seeing a complete dominance by Nighthorde. Something that we didn't see in the last game. It was a back and forth, you know, rock'em sock'em robot match, but now we're seeing Nighthorde coming back with a vengeance, being able to secure that lord. But look at this.
Oh,
one person.
It's a divine judgment for Ruby, but she's refusing to die, refusing to get judged by the divine, but eventually God's punishment comes through.
Almost takes Skippy with him too, which was wild. A little bit of a cheeky play, you know, 1v5, a little wild when you have a lord coming down.
Speaking of 1v5, oh my foe just walks in as well, just trying to emulate sort of what Ramses was doing earlier. But there's something I want to talk about as well. I think it happened a few fights ago. I don't know what CC's ultimate is called, but then when she locks two heroes together, I think the Kaja ulted one of them, and the leash broke. Well, so I think that might be a bit of anti-synergy between these two heroes. I'd be keen to maybe see it again, or hopefully they've learned their lesson.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I did a little bit of research on CC, and her S2, I think, can pretty much, when she bops you on the head, she interrupts everything. Like, I don't think there's a hero that stops it.
Oh, here we're gonna see that leash once again coming into play. It's not gonna be able to do too much, as now Nighthorde probably gonna wait for the Lord to come out, unless it has come already. I can't remember actually. Oh no, it got taken out on the bottom there. We're gonna see I'm offended onto Kaja, gets blown up by the Joy once again, and a beautiful exit from Totenak, just maneuvering around them, skilling on them. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing great plays by Nighthorde. I mean, there's the I'm offended.
Oh, once again takes out that CC. And now they're gonna miss two members for this high ground defense. This is not easy for wildcards to defend. We're gonna see the last insanity. It comes out, but it's not gonna be able to do anywhere near enough damage. The last, oh, the ton of powered memory almost takes apart Skip. And now they're going to get the final tier 3 tower, and they're probably going to retreat after this, or maybe not. They're going to go in with the offended and take out the Claude as well. Going back into the front line here, the Divine Judgment does land on the Ruby, but she's way too tanky with this lifesteal. And Joy goes in onto the back of the tower as well, cleans up a beautiful kill onto this Lilia, and she's going to go even more. Sort of pop memory off cooldown once again, bursting down the members of Wildcard. Final sort of skirmish, double kill for Brody, as well as the final kill onto Kaja by Nana, and game 2 will go to Nighthorde.
Nighthorde securing game 2 here. It is now 1-1. Wildcards won the first game. Nighthorde being able to secure the second game keeps both teams in the series. I mean, now, well, we're just down to a best out of 3 now. We just dropped from a BO5 to BO3 at this point. So it's anybody's game at this point. But let's kind of take a look at some of these stats that we've seen here. Toru last game wasn't able to pop off with a 1-1, but coming back with a vengeance, being able to pop off with this Brody 10, 2, and 7.
Oh man, he definitely picked up his socks here when it came to the second game. And now we're going to also see the two cat girls, 0 deaths each. There was a reason that these heroes were banned in the first game, and now they've proven themselves in this second game, going uncontested. Yeah,
I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. If I'm not mistaken, I think we just jumped right into the next game. We're getting right into it. There's no stopping. This is a constant flow tournament at this point. Let's get it right now. What can wildcards do? What what was their major winning factor of that very first series that they played? I think it was just they know how to draft, but they have to go from the draft to executing great plays. I feel like they have to get some type of synergy in the comms. I feel like they need to, you know, collab together and make key plays. They did try to get that conceal play, but then they got countered by Night Horde so well with that conceal play. They overextended way too far. So if I had to say something, draft on point, keep it up, just make better plays.
Another like a big point I sort of realized in that second draft was Night Horde felt a lot more comfortable with those picks. They seem to know their way around the heroes a bit more compared to their first draft. As we're going to see Matilda being taken out, I think that's going to be definitely the hero of the series. It proved itself to be enabling their knowledge of those heroes in that last game as well. So yeah, that hero definitely needs to be taken out. As we're going to see this Fredrin ban once again. I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out. The Fredrin, I'm not quite sure if he got banned in the last match, but definitely wasn't played. Okay, so someone definitely doesn't want to see the Fredrin. They don't want to see that Joy once again. Definitely a menace. I think it kind of came down to Skippy. Skippy is kind of ballsy when it comes to the plays, right? He likes getting into that back line, likes being, those burst heroes, and Exborg is a little late. They're gonna run it back. They're gonna run it back.
I mean, you were just talking about it. Skippy back on his Nolan, starting to feel himself a bit with it here. As now, okay, another two great picks coming in from Night Horde here with the Arlott and the Lilia. I believe that Arlott and Lilia aren't too bad against the Nolan because Nolan seems to struggle a little bit against heroes with a bit of mobility because he can't land those dimensional rifts on them.
That is true. That is true. We'll see what they do. I mean, the Diggy did get banned this time around, so it's wild, right? They'd be like, a Fanny, a little bit of a wild play, but I mean, could be a great counter to Nolan and being able to catch him. But again, the Diggy is not there. Picking up a Tigreal. I want to see how this plays into this, right? Because what if the Arlott is actually the Roam? If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I haven't seen Tigreal be played too much, but I think Arlott can stop Tigreal's ult.
Yeah, Arlott does have a very favorable matchup into Tigreal for sure. Being able to cancel the implosion from a distance is such a valuable tool in order to keep his allies safe. Although, I mean, I still think Tigreal is going to be a really big menace this game, regardless. I mean, I'm going to see a bunch of Purifiers being picked up by Night Horde here, so maybe they can play around here a bit. But yeah, I mean, Tigreal is still such a good hero, man. You can't underestimate this guy.
They don't want to deal with the Nana, right? The Nana that being turned into the teddy bear is probably the most infuriating thing that you could possibly witness. If you've ever, you're walking down a hallway and you're like, your pants get caught on a cabinet and you just get so upset because you're like, why in the world did someone put a cabinet here? That's Nana in a nutshell.
Exactly. You couldn't have said it better for sure. And what I like about this Nana as well, actually, is that it's gonna bait out those Purifiers for Tigreal to maybe go in with.
Oh yeah, true. Bait out the Purifies might be something you want to go for here. Now, I actually have heard, I did one stream before this last weekend, and I've heard that carry tanks are an absolute menace. They haven't been banned out at all in any of these series, but might be something we see here.
I think the biggest strength of tank carry is her ability to survive ganks. Because like if you don't want to just commit all of this stuff onto this one hero that's so hard to kill, and the reason it works is because she's still able to output so much damage without having many damage items with that help of the passive there. So it's so strong. It's actually getting nerfed, I believe. It's gonna be I think her passive is gonna scale a bit more off of her attack damage. So they're gonna see that in the future, but it now is the present. This hero still busted.
I want to see how this Alpha does, again, Alpha has that true damage, but Rin picking up the Leslie, I like it, right? Being able to have also true damage on their side. They just have a lot of control from wild cards. Again, gonna come down to key execution. But again, I favor wild cards draft here.
Yeah, I think I might agree. I think this Ruby and Nana, as I said, with those Purify baits, could lead this TIG to getting some sick implosions. However, I am a big fan of this Minotaur pick if it came out here. The CC immunity from his ult going to keep him safe from the implosion, from the I'm offended of Ruby. So and as well as that enhanced second skill to maybe survive one or two of those big Leslie snipe hits.
It is true. It is true. I want to see how well the carry tank can be executed here, because I feel like that's going to be probably the winning condition from the side of Night Horde, is just allowing Toru to just go nuts. Lilia is there, but I feel like right now Nana is probably the stronger pick. So I think it's anybody's game. We've seen Night Horde absolutely dominate last game. Let's see if they can keep up that pressure.
For sure. I mean, I think I might agree with you here with the Nana just overshadowing Lilia a bit in terms of the meta right now. Like in team fights, she has a bit more impact because not only does she do those AoE damage sort of abilities, but she also stuns them up with the Melina Smooch onto multiple enemies this patch. So I think it's just a lot better, a lot more favorable for Wildcard in the middle lane.
Melina Smooch. That is that is by far the cheekiest name I've ever heard.
That is what it is called. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Hey, true. But as we can see here, I really think from wild cards, we're gonna have to see what that implosion can do by the Tigreal and then the Nana. How much pressure and control over the map they can have, right? Now, one thing, again, teams need to have vision, keep control over the map, and I'm seeing Night Horde do that right now.
Yeah, interesting. Actually, we're actually gonna see Panda taking up the Nana here. I was just a bit like confused from last game, but that was a steal pick away from Night Horde. So we're gonna see if it maybe in different hands might maybe not be as effective as Lucas's one, or maybe it's better. Well. See how he runs it.
It's true. It is true. I want to see. Again, it's going to come down to a lot of factors here. Now, from Night Horde, I mean, they have an interesting comp. They have a decent amount of CC, a little bit of sustainability. Can they stop Skip, though?
Oh, no. I don't think you can stop this man. He is smooth as Skippy peanut butter, bro.
Skippy peanut butter, eh? I thought peanut butter is sticky.
I mean, it's sticky, but it's smooth, man.
Sticky but smooth. All right, I like it. We're gonna have the first turtle coming up here soon. Oh my god, a damage from carry.
I'm sorry. Wow. I could think of so many more peanut butter puns right now. I will share my collection of peanut butter puns very soon when Skippy impresses me. So we're going to see the Spirit of Alpha goes in onto Tig here. He's doing a pretty decent job of disrupting a team fight here. But Totnak on the front line, zoning them up beautifully. Oh, my foe. With this Alpha is going to take down this turtle so well. That's a hero we haven't talked about yet. Is Alpha. With the new War Axe, he does insane amounts of damage because I believe there's... Oh, actually just hold this sword. They're right there. The Minot Fury. It comes out onto the Tig. It's going to be first blood for him. And, oh, Nolan maybe wants to contest. He does have his blue buff of his enemy, though. But the final slash with the flicker, it brings both of them in. The fracture maybe keeps Nolan alive for now. Totnak just barely making it out of death's grasp there. Ooh.
It's true. I mean, right now we're seeing, again, Night Horde just being able to pick those battles against Wildcard and turn the tide. I don't know if it's possibly... you know, just the morale boost. I don't know. There's definitely something in the comms that are different between the team, though. We can see possibly a collapse down here on the carry by Skippy.
Oh, but I mean, this carry is not easy to kill. She's already got the Thunderbolt in 3 minutes. Wow, what a timing for her. She's not going to be able to get killed by this Nolan with this extra defense and HP.
It is true. They do back off. They don't want to spend too much time looking for those plays when the jungle needs to constantly keep focused in the jungle. As you can already see that Oh My Foe is already peering into Skippy's jungle. So again, these little plays and taking the jungle can make big impacts for Night Horde. Again, I want to see what they can do. I think they really want to collapse down on to Toru. And if I had to say what Wildcard's winning condition in the very first series was that definitely they didn't let Toru carry the game like a carry should.
But now he is the carry. He's playing the carry. So maybe he's gonna carry.
We'll have to see. I mean, that's what carry's here for, and being tanky. We'll see. Look at the clapback.
Oh yeah, Todnak just zoning out anything from here. They're getting a lot of gold from this tower. It's gonna pay off quite nicely. Oh, in the top lane though, Nolan does take out Ramses. Excuse me, not Todnak. I was used to him playing all out from the first game. But, oh my foe. In the spear, Alpha needs to maybe back off here. I don't think he can contest this.
Yeah, I mean, he's good sustainability. I mean, we can see that they're looking to wait and bait this turtle here.
Oh yeah, he's got his team behind him. This time the implosion comes out at the right time, and I think it's going to be an easy retribution for Nolan to secure. Oh, a great knockup from Minotaur though. The Spear of Alpha is off cooldown once again, doing so much damage. Lilia does finish off the Nolan in the end. And now ZQT does have to commit the flicker to get out of this one.
That was a wild play. It might be a 1v1 down here at bot though. Rin low.
Maybe. Oh no! I think Red QT messed that up. If he didn't use that second skill for the delay, Tori would not have gotten the regen effect off.
Oh man, just the small little key plays that can make huge differences in team fights. But look at the regeneration by Toru. What do they have that's causing that?
They have skill.
They have skill. True.
Serious skill.
A little bit of skill and a little bit of luck, huh?
No, but it's probably the fact that he probably finished his favor on his roaming boots. That's most likely what it is. Oh, we're gonna see the implosion onto Toru here. He needs to be very careful. I'm not onto Toru. To Todnak gets imploded. Oh, but actually a great pickup on the side here.
Solo kills left and right by both teams. Again, Night Horde still leading a little bit of the gold here. They really need to collapse down onto Toru, right? I mean, every time that they have attempted to try to take Toru, Toru's had the ability to back out. They got the knowledge to, stay awake. Let's see if they can do it here.
See, this is the power of this tank carry. Skip realizes it. He can't burst down this carry because of all these tank items. He's just not making the decision whatsoever.
They're not, and every time that they attempt to make a play under the gold lane, guess who's there? Night Horde.
Yeah, for sure, man. Actually, Lydia needs to pop the black shoes to get away from the combo of Nolan there. Ooh, you gotta be so careful when it comes to that hero, man. You look away from your screen 1 second and you're just dead. Oh, look at that true damage from the War Axe and Alpha though. Just cleans up the turtle. Unknown Fury unfortunately whiffs thanks to the flicker from Can't Leave Without It.
Wow, a lot of utilization out from Can't. I mean, now doesn't have the conceal play, doesn't have the flicker.
Oh, but there we go. The implosion does come out actually, or maybe onto this Alpha. I don't think he lives through this one. He's sustaining as much as he can, but gets blown up by that Leslie.
That was a huge mistake by Night Horde. I mean, they did take a tower, but they did take a death. So I want to see Wildcards needs to respond to this, right? They took out the jungle. This is your time to control a bit of the map.
Oh, Ramses getting gone on a bit here, but he does have the backup. He'd actually take ZQT out of position. But this is not an easy kill, unfortunately. Even with anti-heal, that mobility and CC from Ruby is just unplayable, man, in some cases.
Ooh.
I mean, here we go. We're gonna see just no damage taken from these dimensional rifts onto this carry. Oh, another pushback. Maybe Tottenham gets caught out again, or maybe not. Black Shoes committed.
Yeah, I mean, right now, what I'm seeing from Wildcards is that it seems like there might be a lot of plays being called out, and no one committing, right? Like Skip kind of went into the back line, tried to get a little bit of the enemy's jungle, but didn't have the vision to know if the jungle was there and wasted time. Night Horde clapping back.
They take the tower out before Toknat gets in any sort of danger from this tower shots. Beautiful synergy and just great communication from Night Horde here. As you were saying earlier, I think just a flip, like a switch flipped in their head, and they were like all of a sudden just on the ball all of a sudden.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, that's what momentum will do for a team. They're definitely taking it with strides, being able to take that second game against Wildcard and now wanting the third.
Oh, Final Flash just whiffs barely. I mean, that would have been a great kill for them to get onto Skip. But, unfortunately, Skip does not win the retribution there. And my foe on point with the timings.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely leaning right into Night Horde's favor here. They're really not even contesting Lords. I mean, they don't have the ability just yet. Nana's not dead, so could possibly come into play. We need to see Skip make some of those crazy backline plays.
Oh, Ramsey's in onto 2 members, but both heroes. Well, both heroes don't really have enough damage to kill each other, I think. So.
Yeah, sustainability.
Yeah, sustainability. Woo!
It's the key of the
interactive
game.
Gameplay. I can't kill you. You can't kill me, man. We're having fun. Or maybe onto ZGP. Yeah, maybe they get this. Maybe they don't. The Ruby does have the flicker to get out here. But oh my. Oh, he's gonna go in with the Spear of Alpha. Maybe they get him in the end. They blow him up. Ooh, this War Axe is definitely proving itself to be a very strong item on this hero.
Definitely. I mean, the sustainability, again, is the name of the game. Putting on a lot of pressure here. Night Horde hopefully, I mean, Wildcards needs to mount up a defense and not allow their base to be pierced. But Night Horde wants to.
Okay. There's a bit of a siege attempt here. Toru on the front lines here with that tank carry build. Not scared at all of any sort of comeback attempt from Wildcards here. But they do get 50% of the HP from the tower. That's pretty good trade so far.
Yeah, it does look like Carrie's going a little bit of a hybrid, though. Would you say? I mean, Underbelt picked up, but I mean, Golden Staff a little wild.
Well,
I mean, is that part of the build?
Yeah. Golden Staff is a very monumental, like it's a big pillar of the build. It allows you to at least deal out as much damage as you can with the passive. It allows you to proc it much more often. I would say the hybrid portion of her build is definitely that end this battle. I guess she's just she's a bit, probably because she's a bit more comfortable to be able to engage in these fights and have that backline. So pumping a bit more damage isn't gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, and it could come up to that they just need that survivability when they're dealing with the pressure by Rin. You know, just always that poke and peel, and then they also have the Nana. So really, we're gonna have to see the Nana come into play.
Final Slash just not really doing too much right now, but as we said before, it's not the longest cooldown, so we're gonna have that for the next fight. As unfortunately, Nolan's not the best base defense hero, because if you get locked in your base, you won't have access to that blue buff, and you won't have the right angles to get the backline.
Yeah, I mean, I like Wildcards is taking this with a grain of rice, right? They're not overextending. I say that, and they might right now. We'll see what they can play here. I mean, they're going to have to make a play, but they have to watch out because the Lord is in 6 seconds, and you don't want to make a play and then set yourself up for failure when the Lord's coming up.
If you want to make a play like this, you should be doing it under the enemy's nose, not really sort of in broad daylight here. Or as you're going to see them, going to go in anyway. I don't know about that implosion Minotaur, however. It's not going to be doing too much. It's going to bring Minotaur into position to maybe get him a fear on a few members. They take out the tank quite swiftly.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at the final splash. It's on to 3. It's going to just decimate the backlines of Wildcard here. They're going to ignore the Lord. We don't need the Lord. We're just going to go and take your souls. Oh my god. Ramses just on them.
Team wipe.
Just final slashes the fountain. Why not? With the recall spam, asserting their dominance into this game 3 as Night Horde will take this one yet again.
Oh yeah. They called it right there. They made it. Again, I think what you said there at the end was that the key play made by wildcards was that implosion onto the minnow. It kind of a little wild. Using your utility on the tank is not what you want, but what Night Horde wanted, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's Totnak definitely did a really good job of frontlining, making that Tigreal be like, you know what, I hate this Minotaur so much, I'm going to use my big teamfire ulti on him.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that was the rough plays that we did see by wildcards. And again, I mean, I was saying last game that the Ruby was kind of sus, but the Ruby was kind of sus in this game, so...
The Ruby was kind of
you know, so... Again, I got a love-hate relationship with Ruby. Like, it does well sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. And, I mean, we've seen that here. Again, shout out to Ramsey. Some insane plays there at the end to be able to capture 3 of wild cards and then just go into the team wipe there.
Yeah, and here it is, that carry tank build with 0 deaths here. The brute force breastplate is also another really good aspect of this build, because it does give you that extra CC reduction when it's at full stack. So it helps Toru stay in that front line and dish out that damage.
Definitely.
Although not doing that much damage, doing the least amount.
Yeah. Again, Ramsey pulling out a lot of the damage. Again, was just always in every single battle. So I mean, that was I would say definitely MVP went to Ramsey in that game. Just a lot of that crowd control just kept wildcards at bay. We've seen Skip pick up the Nolan, right? We thought, you know, maybe a run it back type of situation. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And I mean, it was there, but I just don't feel like they made it far enough in the game for it to actually make plays. As we can see, this match was done in 13 minutes, and I felt like that's what Night Horde wanted to do. And into the very first series, I felt like that's what they wanted to achieve, but wildcards took it to the late game, and then that's where Night Horde fell off. So again, they came into this with the mindset that they want to end early, they want to end fast, and, you know, stop a lot of what wildcards had and what they brought to the table.
Exactly that. I'm not, this Leslie pick didn't really feel like it did anything in this game other than maybe get a potential pick off onto this carry. But yeah, as you were just saying, that late game timing, Leslie was not able to get there at all. Well, Night Horde, they applied the pressure, they applied it beautifully, and not letting that Leslie get anywhere near enough items to sort of get into the game and become relevant.
It is true. It is true. We'll have to see. I mean, the Diggies constantly being banned now. They've seen how it's been a nuisance to a lot of their team comp. So we'll see what they can bring here. I haven't seen a lot of suppression heroes come in, and even if I did, I mean, the Kaja really didn't make any too many key plays that I seen. So we'll see.
Joy not banned out here, actually. Oh, they take the Nolan away from Skippy. Oh, maybe they're confident that Skippy is uncomfortable with this Joy hero, but they do leave the Matilda in, surprisingly.
Yeah, they left the Matilda. Again, I think this is like a salty message, right? Like, they're like, let me show you how to really play a Nolan this time, bud. Right? You know, left it open. They took it this time around. I like the Matilda. I like the Lapu Lapu. Definitely going to have the sustainability. Lapu Lapu definitely can stop, you know, the pressure that Nolan brings. But Nana being picked up by Night Horde this time around. Let's see.
I was just about to say, will Skip play the Joy? Or maybe will the Ramses take it to the XP lane? But no, it'll be Skippy taking up the Joy for himself, as he's going to have to show us what he can do. And I do like the Joy versus Nolan matchup. Joy's mobility sort of disregards the dimensional rifts on the floor. So we'll have to see him maneuver around it beautifully and catch off this heavy backline, actually, from Night Horde.
100%. I mean, we'll have to see what they can bring. A little squishy on the side of Night Horde, but I feel like they're going to definitely make up for that here soon. Banning out the Tigreal, banning out the Kaja, pretty good, you know, crowd controls. You know, you don't want to deal with that Kaja, though we've seen the Kaja not be too much of a menace. Getting rid of that carry, I like it. Get rid of that tank carry when you're having to deal with a Claude. I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Claude, the classic Trinity buyer, and Trinity has proven itself in this meta to be the tank killing build. So yeah, a great pickup. I mean, a great ban for them. I think maybe Vengeance has proven itself to be a good matchup versus Trinity. However, so if this tank carry on the side of wildcards was picked up the Vengeance, this Claude might have been in a bit of danger. So it's a pretty good ban from them there.
Even when all is
Yeah,
forlorn.
I like it. I like it. Vexana, a little bit of a wild play, I would say, right? Like, I've seen that Vexana actually has come up in the ranks. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I did a little bit of research on like what's currently in mage meta, and I if I'm not mistaken, she's like A. She's not like an S mage, but like she still is a viable pick when it comes to team fights. But look at this, Toadknock pulling out a little bit of the Malaysia-ness, and we're gonna possibly see the Hilda roam.
Yeah, we're gonna see this little defenseless cat girl get bullied by this big Amazoness woman. That's probably what's gonna happen here. I wouldn't be surprised if Toadknock even picked up the Petrify, because that cancels Joy's combo so well. So, but she's probably gonna stick with the sprint.
That's wild. I mean, that definitely sounded like quite a video, you know? Quite a video.
I don't know where you're going with that. But, anyway,
all right, back to the game. Back to the game.
Yeah, CC being picked up as well actually is a pretty good counter to Joy, with that ulti kicking her to get an ally. It could mean the death of Joy here. So we might see that interaction come up. Going back to the Vexana, she has had a few buffs on her first skill. The range of it sort of increased. It's actually really hard to dodge. So we might see that come into play. However, I'm quite confident with this Nolan into the rest of wildcards here, because I mean, a Nolan out of control doesn't really care about counter matchups. You can just blow up the enemy before they even realize you're there.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, just that, I feel like the viability is definitely there for that comp. And I mean, the Nolan's just been an absolute menace. But again, I think it always comes down to who's controlling the, you know, it's just the flow of the game and making some of those key plays. And wildcards has been letting me down. I want to see, you know, something. I want to see them pull something out of the, you know, the hat. And then Toadknock.
Well, they're pulling this gold out of the hat here for sure. They're gonna be going straight away in. Oh, maybe gets the red. Oh, Joy does secure it here. Toadknock, this is exactly what I was expecting to see from him here.
Yeah.
No surprises at all.
Ooh, he still wants more of it. Now, this is what I was kind of seeing, right? Like, this is what Horde did last game. They wouldn't end this early because Hilda does drop off heavy into the late game. So we'll have to see what they can definitely pull through. Again, I didn't see the CC make too much of a play in those last games, but I also want to see how well she plays into this comp as well. Lapu's just, I feel like he's superior.
Oh man, I mean, CC is just that does so much damage, man. Like it's actually unbelievable. She's meant to be this tank sort of killer hero, but she still has the this survivability that lets her like take out these backline damage dealers anyway with this high maneuverability. So she ends up becoming a backline damage dealer as well.
Ooh. Toadknock is just trying to do as much as he can to skip, right? Like that's what you want when you have a Hilda, is that you want to have vision. And I feel like that's something Horde's been executing very well. Zed in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, I don't think Nolan will commit though. Zed does have that survivability naturally born from the Lapu Lapu to work with, so needs to be a bit careful about how he approaches this.
Yeah, I was about to say his life is wavering there, and it still might be.
Oh, there it is. The bravest fighter goes in straight away. Bogs too, but the turtle will be slain by Vexana all of a sudden. Oh, actually, they get the CC with the bravest fighter.
What a double kill there. Insane. I did not suspect it, but Zed coming online.
Oh, he is, and he's making the CC's life not that easy. I mean, if CC can't snowball, all she becomes is this like a sort of sustained damage dealer, and in a late game scenario where you are a bit under, it's a bit irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying that like she's just an absolute monster, but it goes to show he went and got a double kill, which is going to be hard for them to handle.
Oh, here we go. The Blazing Duet just being committed just to take out the minion wave, but he's gonna pay for it. Totnak unable to defend his ally there. We'll go on to Ren QT as Nolan goes in, maybe with the fracture. Not gonna get the kill onto Ren. Oh, and Joy maybe wants to clean up as well. Ooh.
What the heck?
Okay. He falls in the end. Yeah. He gets taken down anyway.
It wasn't who I suspected, but yeah.
Oh, another solo kill. 4Z onto the CC. I mean, the CC's having a rough time in this Lapu matchup. It's actually surprising.
You know, it is, right? Like, both EXP laners have had their shine and their glory, right? I mean, Zed was doing a little lackluster last time, but now showing through into this series. They're not going to be able to easily get away from that. Did bait out on ultimate there by the Vexana, so a good wait and bait there for them, but
electrifying beats committed once again, but Toru does commit the Blazing Duet in response. Will he be able to defend this tower? He's got backup from Totnak coming in straight away, just scouting out the positions here.
I gotta say, wildcards are definitely executing very well this time around. I mean, they're 6-0 right at this point. Just an absolute menace. It does feel even though, right? I mean, again, I feel like that comes down to like knowing your scalability, right? Like wildcards, they have the lead, but they don't act like they have the lead. They don't seem like they control the map. And Night Horde even falling behind. Look at the pressure.
Oh, there it is. Nolan going in onto...
right into the...
Oh, but look at... Oh, but actually the Guiding Winds is going to get Panda straight back into the fight. And Lapu takes another kill for himself. Oh, Vexana does get taken out by Totnak, though.
Absolutely crazy. I'm surprised the Vexana lasted that long. Just kind of got taken right back into the matchup there. But I like this. I mean... Night Horde being able to take the mid tower, I feel like is a huge win.
Oh, there we go. Joy goes in. Oh, maybe gets the electrifying beats off, but Nana with the passive will keep herself safe. But now that's a resource that is going to be taken care of.
Yeah, a huge resource, but look at the top lane. Toru low.
Oh, a big ball to the face coming from Ren. I didn't say that. A big
like
guy. But that's a huge kill. I mean, Toru not having the best game here is going to lose his lane completely. And Claude is a hero that really likes to stay in his lane and farm up those items so that he can be pretty useful and later into the stages of it. Oh, look at that big hammer drop coming in from Panda. Blows up that Nolan as they're going to get secure the middle tower for themselves pretty easily. Oh.
I mean, they're putting a lot of pressure. Wildcards holding their own. Did lose that middle tower, though. Might be something Night Horde uses.
Oh, no. That's another kill for Ren QT on his Bruno. I was just about to say another ball joke. Okay.
I feel like what Wildcard's done different this time around is that the Nolan is just not executing anything right at this point. They're holding him down, and that's the power of the Joy, right?
Oh, but the Wisps coming in from Matilda picks off Totnak. And now it's at that sort of stage in the game where Totnak can't frontline. We're going to see the Bravest Spider on Toru. He has the Blazing Duet. Maybe punishes him a bit for this. But he's not going to have enough damage, I think. And this Zed is on 4-0 kill, 4-0 death. So he's got all the items to back up that attempt.
I mean, he didn't want to overcommit on that. Again, Wildcard's taking advantage of everything they possibly can. But look at my foe looking for a backline play, but might sacrifice his life. But maybe not.
Oh, Circling Eagle is going to keep him safe for just enough time. No, it's not going to be. Nana gets this shutdown kill onto this Matilda Joy, almost getting the CC there.
I still feel like that was a win by Night Horde, though, right? Like, they were able to take out the tank, shut him down. And then, I mean, if they would have been able to take the turtle there, it could have been a good play, but I mean, it's just one mistake after another, and it could cause wild cards to lose the pressure that they have over the Land of Dawn.
Oh, if they can take away this blue buff from Nolan, that would be pretty huge for sure. Nolan, as any other energy hero, does struggle a little bit. Not as bad as, let's say, Fanny or something without the blue buff, but still struggles a decent amount without it. He can't take any sort of sustained fights. He probably can pick off onto one hero and then leave, and then that's about the rest of his impact coming into that fight.
Yeah, I feel like he's just trying to get as much as he possibly can in the jungle. Claude still waiting for that late game.
Oh, there it is. CC blown up once again. Bruno, I'm trying so hard not to say anything about this balls. Joy as well with the electrifying beats, excuse me, is also just such a menace here.
Hey, it is. And I mean, we got to give it up to Rin with the balls of fury. Just absolutely bringing heat to the battlefield when he comes in. A lot of puns there. I had to do it.
Do you mind if we take a quick look at the items here?
Sure.
I'm a bit curious about what sort of build Joy is going for here. Okay, that's exactly what I suspected. Doesn't really want to commit too much into the sort of Starlium Scythe sort of attack build. What more so playing around the electrifying beats, going in with that big burst damage from it. And it's a lot safer, and I feel like it's gonna secure the game in a much better way.
Yeah, that Holy Crystal paired with the immense amount of penetration, definitely something Skip is relying on. And that's something that, you know, Night Hordes is going to have to respond to in the end.
Ooh.
Pressure.
Oh, here we go with the electrifying beats. It's level 3 and maybe gets the Nana down, but almost gets it. Not just quite. Brave Spider onto the backline there. Kind of whiffs, actually. Blazing Duet's not going to keep him alive long enough. Gets shut down by ZQT. Oh man, Nolan also gonna get taken out? No, he makes it out.
Yeah, he has those dashes available. I actually thought he was backed against a wall. Able to make it out of there was pure skill there. Now, again, I mean, we're seeing Night Hordes down one player. I don't think they're going to contest the Lord this time around. But again, if they can possibly mount up a great defense, it could give them some breathing room and maybe come back into the late game. They really have to rely on Toru at this point.
Oh, Nana picking up the Holy Crystal for herself. She's not died this game, actually. Nana could be the saving grace for them on this high ground defense. We'll have to see. Maybe we get a 5-man Melina smooch. We might see something happen.
I mean, that's what they need anything at this point. Because Night Hordes, they picked up the Hilda, not much of a setting tank, not giving them too many plays is, I feel like, what they're running into against wildcards here, and wildcards just executing everything perfectly.
Okay, here it is. He's going to be the base defense coming in from Night Horde. Can they do it? Nana in a decent position, maybe to do that AoE damage. Yes, they do. They take out that Matilda so far, but there's Joy with the electrifying beats onto the backline. That might have even been worth it, honestly. Taking out that Nana is going to be huge for them to secure the next victory in this best of 5 series.
Wow. Now 2-2 tied. Night Hordes and Wildcard just back and forth swinging, and neither one wanting to go down without a fight. Again, I do think Night Hordes went a little wild against wild cards here with picking up that Hilda. Definitely something I didn't want to see. I do think it came down to Zed just absolutely soloing CC in this game. It was just an absolute feeding fest by Ramsey. And I mean, that paired, I think it really paired with the, the Balls of Fury by Rin. Both of those paired together just were nasty.
Oh, those balls were nasty, man. Okay. ZQT did win his lane exceptionally hard against Ramses. Quite a surprising turn there. CC, quite a strong laner. As I said, surprised to see that. And this Hilda tried to do her best to shut down Skip, but just wasn't effective enough. I mean, I guess Skip didn't have the best game, but he did get some very valuable kills near the end of it. So maybe not the Hilda angle, but a good attempt, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's 2-2 now. If I'm not mistaken, the next one wins, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that is true. And
BO5.
I think we're going straight into the game now. In fact, they want to get this over and done with.
This would be match point here. We'll have to
Match point
see.
for both teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is all on the table. What can they bring this time around? I definitely don't recommend bringing a Hilda. A little bit of a wild play. Lunox getting banned out early. We're kind of looking like the very first series.
I mean, if it's anything like the first series, we're going to see another Fredrin ban here. Although I'll be quite curious to see it come out, just to see what this hype around this Fredrin ban is. But unlikely they're going to leave it in if they're that scared of it to ban it 4 games in a row. Yeah, you know. And there it goes.
And we'll have to see what they bring. There's the Fredrin, like you were saying. I mean, it is. Sometimes you just got to go for it, right? I mean, get it out of here. Don't worry about it, right? And what are they leaving open though? I mean, they have the Nolan, which has been a hit or miss in this in these gameplays. So getting rid of the Lilia.
Maybe no Diggy ban? Question mark.
Nope.
Oh, there it is.
You thought.
Excuse me. That's probably a mistake.
It's a troll.
I mean, listen, I'm a fan of Eudora.
It's a troll. It's a troll. No, they're just mounting up something here. Right now, I mean, I feel like there's a decent amount of viable picks. They're gonna pick up the Lapu Lapu. They said that Zed was an absolute menace last time. Why not run it back? But I'm not gonna lie, every time Wildcards runs something back, Night Horde responds really well and knows how to counter what happened last game.
There's quite a lot open. There's the Joy. There's the Arlot, you know. There it is. We see the Arlot coming for Ramses, and he showed us that he's really good on this.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they have to bring to the field here. I mean, this is do or die for both teams. So we'll see.
It's Hot Neck Gwen, maybe. Gonna see that Rome sort of Gwen coming out once again from the shadows. We haven't seen it too much in these games. Maybe the first game we saw it once or twice. But here we go with the Joy. I think it's not a bad pickup in any sort of game, really.
Time to drop the beat of the flash.
And there it is.
It is true. I mean, being able to get into that back line was an absolute menace into the last series. But I want to see what they can do with this Gwen, right? I mean, the Diggy's not on the playing field, so could be huge. But they're gonna opt to go for the Angela Joy combo. Even if you Angela old Lapu, I feel like it's a good go. So a lot of opportunity.
I've played Joy with an Angela on my back. It feels great, man. You're just able to just go in however you like without a fear in the world. There's no people running away from you with that second skill from Angela, and you're not dying from those heals. That being said, the Guinevere does have a decent time with that recent change to her second skill, stunning on impact. It's actually not the worst tool to lock down that Joy. So we might see that coming out as well. And especially since they don't have the Diggy for that Purify sort of effect.
Yeah, true. I mean, possibly could be seeing a couple Purifies being picked up, but we'll have to see here. I mean, they did get rid of the carry, so I'm wondering what they're gonna opt to go for. I mean, Wildcards could pick up a Brody. Brody did really well against the Claude last time, so it could be a Brody play here. Might be something that they're gonna ban as well. So we'll have to see.
Hope we'll find a way.
Nope.
I wouldn't be too surprised with like a Leslie sort of ban into the Claude. I know Leslie is quite a good counter to that hero. Being able to sort of dodge the Blazing Duet in most cases with that first skill. And definitely out-tempos him with that late game timing. But as we saw in a few games earlier, the Leslie didn't struggle quite a lot by this sort of pressure that Night Horde can exert into these games. So it might not be worth picking up in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Leslie could have a hard time against both Ramsey and Toadknock, but I feel like also Brody could as well. So, again, we're going to have to see how well they're going to be able to capitalize on shutting down Toru. If they could shut down Oh My Foe and Toru, I do think that Wildcards can win that. And I feel like that is what they really have to focus on.
Okay, here it is. The Nolan maybe being picked up here.
upon the
There it
edge
is.
of the void.
Oh, I think it's also again not the best matchup into Joy, but it still can work if he gets that sort of tempo, gets those early kills, gets his items fast. He still can take over the game pretty easily.
There's always a chance for a comeback.
Ooh, okay.
Is to
I mean, I didn't suspect the Bruno, but I like it. I like it. Also, wow, what a great response by Night Horde, right? Picking up the Valentina to counter the Faramis. Both Cult Altars are going to be available on the playing field. And I mean, that's an up one from Night Horde for Claude because of how squishy Claude is.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe the Blazing Duet keeps going on even if you're stunned by your allies with the Netherrealm. I could be wrong on that. Do not quote me. We'll definitely see the interaction happening though. But yeah, looking at the draws, I do believe that wildcards do have a bit of an advantage. There's not the best lockdown for this Joy, other than there may be the spatial migration from the Guinevere. But other than that, I feel like they're relatively uncontested.
It's true. We'll have to see. I mean, this is definitely do or die for both teams. But we'll have to see. I mean, does Wildcard bring the pressure that they just brought into that last match against Night Horde, or does Night Horde clap back like they have been? This would be final match. Winner goes to the semifinals. Do or die.
Oh man, I can't wait to see this, man. It's gonna have to be oh my foe conquering his fear of this little cat. Oh, we're gonna see Totnak already off the bat being so aggressive here, but maybe not doing that much damage with the follow-up.
Yeah, if Legendary Panda would have secured that pullback, could have been a little bit of a problem for the win. But both teams kind of playing it at their own. Right now, if Zed can control and solo the EXP, I think it could be a problem for Night Horde.
Oh, we're going to see Nolan going in with the Dimensional Rifts. I mean, it's just an in and out in the mid lane here, poking around. They sort of know the enemy's weaknesses of each person, but they're seeming to play around it quite a lot. Oh, Joy.
It's true. Oh,
Maybe goes in onto Ramses here.
Force them out.
Nah. Just playing it safe. I mean, both teams, they need to respect each other a bit here because they have proven to like be very good at punishing plays. Like just like that first game with the Night Horde conceal play. I mean, the Wildcard conceal play. Night Horde are very good at punishing plays. So Wildcard needs to be very careful as we see the spatial migration. There it is. Gets the Faramis kill before he hits that level 4 timing.
yeah, I mean, that was great communication. Already had to pop that Purify earlier on into the game, and then Odnak just able to capitalize on that. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a Guinevere roam, which is blowing me away.
Oh, there we go. Electrifying beats onto Oh My Foe. He's going to maybe get taken out here. Oh, that's a huge kill for Skippy to take up here.
That was the win condition I gave to Wildcards. They need to put a lot of pressure onto Toru. They need to put a lot of pressure onto Oh My Foe. Oh no.
Ren. That's a surprising kill, actually. Claude probably doesn't have his Demon Under finished. Still gets the kill onto Ren.
I feel like what turns the tides in a lot of matches is when either side are getting those solo kills on the either other.
Okay, that explains why the Bruno fell now. I understand.
Oh, did he DC?
That might have been it, yeah.
I think, it was Gord last time, so the mage DC'd last time. The wild. We'll go to the caster's desk here and see what's going on. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long until they get in there. But yeah, back to what I was saying, it's solo kills like that that definitely win the game for the other side. So that's not what you want to see from wildcards. A great opportunity for a pause, but that is, that's something Night Horde's going to capitalize on, and we're going to have to see wildcards have to come back from that.
Surprisingly enough, the Nolan is still leading in levels compared to this Joy. Obviously will boost Joy's game quite a lot by getting that solo kill. But in terms of the like the retry battles, it's not going to be that impactful, that solo kill, but definitely boosts her game up a bit.
It is true. It is true. Early on, losing your carry like that, I feel like could be a little detrimental. Again, it is a Bruno. Bruno can definitely clap back. That crit is nothing you want to underestimate. And I mean, we still do have the possibility that Zed, we seen last game, absolutely just be a menace against Ramsey. Could be a menace in this game as well. First turtle is coming up here. We have to wait for technical difficulties.
Ramses is on a more comfortable hero compared to the CC. I mean, CC still a new hero. Obviously, some people are very good at the hero, but no one's really sussed her out 100%. So Ramses now on his all-out should have a much better time against Zed's Lapu Lapu.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they definitely bring to the field. Again, I mean, kind of looking at some things that Wildcards did, shutting down the jungle early. Definitely what they needed to do, but we're going to be getting back into the land of dawn. First turtle is up. Can Wildcards come back from this? Oh, never mind. I lied. We are playing the North American pause meta.
Oh,
GG's.
This is fun. But no, Nolan is going to be able to probably secure the turtle for himself here, as we can see. And Joy not really in position to sort of contest it. Do you think that Valentina could be able to take any other ultis besides the Netherrealm this game, or will it be sort of a strict sort of set in stone sort of thing that she will take the Netherrealm the whole time?
I feel like it just comes down to what they want to utilize, right? I mean, they could utilize the Heart Guard to kind of, you know, allow Oh My Foe to come back online, having some of that single target control over the map and being able to just put a lot of pressure and have that sustainability. But we'll have to see. I think it's either Heart Guard or the Netherrealm.
Or Braid of Spider, honestly. I've seen a few Valentinas pick that up as well, because you do inherit all of the skills for it as well. Unlike Heart Guard, where you only get the ult. Ooh, a bit of an engagement here. We're going to see Toadnak annoying this Angela in the back lines. They're going to be able to secure the red buff for themselves, as Oh My Foe is actually not doing too bad at all here, actually, in terms of farm. Oh, excuse me, Angela steals a red buff away from Foe. Great play.
I mean, Angela is definitely a stealer of everything. Kills, buffs, and everything alike.
Stealer of hearts as well, man. When I see a good Angela on my team, I just want to, you know, make friends.
Ooh, how to utilize that Heart Guard.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird committance by Angela.
I feel like they're just sweating at this point, right? Because the Netherrealm was just popped, the Heart Guard was popped. Night Horde's looking for a vulnerable take on the Wildcards at this point.
I think they've lost that momentum we were talking about after getting clapped for another time here. They've sort of lost a bit of morale here, but I've still have confidence that they can sort of bring it back a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough when you lose your gold lane early on. The disconnects are definitely something we deal with in North America. And I mean, we're looking at Night Horde again, just taking a full advantage of that.
Oh, we see a beautiful flicker second skill play from Gwen here. Toadnak setting up really beautifully for Toru to just go ham onto Ren and his ally here. Oh, actually a good pick coming from Oh My Foe on the other side as well. But excuse me? Okay, Toadnak just standing in the middle of the tower here, letting Ren do whatever he likes here, and the Heart Guard will keep Ren safe as well. Bit of a weird engagement.
I'm so confused how Ren lived there. Like, the minions were in his tower, and I'm just, what a misplay by Night Horde here.
Okay, Ramsey getting gone on by Zed. You see her beautiful final splash into the tower here. Not going to be able to do too much after it, though.
The sustainability is a key when dealing against Zed, right? Oh, conceal play.
Oh, there it is. The spatial migration catches the Angela. There's absolutely nothing she can do in that situation. Doesn't have the Purify to keep her safe from any knockups that Toadnak provides. And now the top tower should go down after this.
Yeah, I mean, right now they sensed and they seen Rin's disconnect is like a wounded animal, and Night Horde is just taking advantage of that, putting so much pressure onto the gold lane, stopping wildcards from scaling in that area. And I mean, we're now at what, a 4K gold lead almost. The snowball effect is leading into Night Horde's hands. Wildcards need to pick this up. They need to, make a crucial play that, just stops Night Horde.
Skippy, though, relatively uncontested within his game here. Could be the driving force for a comeback in his side of things. They do pull back Totnak, but I think they're just about fine here.
Yeah, they were looking to just peel that tower, get a little bit of a sense of what's going on the map, but at the top...
Oh, at the top, it's a different story. So Skippy does get a kill, make it a double. Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about. Allowing his Angela actually to finish off the Flask. So now we're going to see this combo of Angela and Joy. It's actually going to start becoming a big threat for Night Horde.
Yeah, they tried swapping because of the towers. And I mean, I felt like it was a good go. They were able to clap back, get 2 kills, and... now this is the time they get the turtle. This could break the lead that Night Horde has.
Bit of an interesting commitment on the electrifying beats there. At least does keep us safe from the spatial migration. But Nolan is coming on through the back here. Maybe they can secure the turtle for themselves. We're going to see. Oh, there it is. Arlott going straight in. Goes the final slash. It actually whiffs. And Joy secures the turtle with the retribution. Skippy with the retry gap right there. Netherrealm committed by Valentina now. Says follow up. Here we go. So much is happening. I can't even see anything. But it's going to be the Joy. Joy in the backline with the mega kill. Heart God once again is available. Oh, she actually whips the dash. Shut down coming in. Onto Joy here. The final slash is also going to control them up. Shut down by Night Horde. Any attempts of a comeback in that fight. And they're going to get Angela as a trophy.
They're mopping up all of Wildcard at this point. Again, this is what Night Horde executes very well, is like the moment Wildcard makes a mistake, they just capitalize on it.
Oh, 100%, man. That's
Oh my
exactly
God.
what they're doing, and they're going to do it again.
Oh my gosh. Wildcards just falling into every opportunity.
Okay, this could be a big kill, except Claude does have that jump away. Oof.
Dexter is a silly monkey, and you cannot catch him sometimes. So, again, Night Horde is just, they're on a roll. Wildcards, they got to stop making mistakes, overextending. Once they get a couple kills, they need to get out, reset, get a little bit of an ideal, control the map. They just continue to fight, and then I don't know, they just fall right into Night Horde's hands. Kind of taking a look at some of the items here. We can see the difference, 7.2k versus 5.3 with the gold lane. So the gold lane difference is there. And again, I feel like this is what caused a major problem into Wildcard's opportunities, is that their gold lane disconnected, got taken out, and then Night Horde just capitalized on that so well.
They did. That's exactly what happened in the first game as well, I believe, against the Horde. So, this time it was capitalized on. That was the difference. So.
People just gotta get better internet, man.
I mean, that is true. But yeah, this game is all on Skippy, man. He's going to have to carry his team in these late game fights now. Going to commit the electrifying beats to help. He hopefully secures blue buff. I don't think he does. The Netherrealm does be committed as well, protecting his allies up, but the final slash brings back 1. But okay, a decent disengagement. Oh, Heart God gone though.
Yeah, I thought that, again, this is like when wildcards get ahead of steam, they just go all balls to the wall. But this time they actively backed up, which I like it. I mean, they're going to have to hold their own here. With such a gold lead, I don't think they're going to be able to compete for the Lord. They need to get... I like it. I like it. This is a good play. Split push, but could fall into the hands. Toadknock looking for a play. Flicker utilized.
Oh yeah, this Angela needs to like not be anywhere near any of the fights now. The only reason she should be getting caught at this point is if your Heart God target dies or it expires, to be honest. So Okay, we're gonna see Toru. Oh, there it is. Spatial migration onto 3. Gets 2, but he has 1 purified. Oh, both Netherons committed here. Unstoppable for Nolan. Zed is doing actually a decent job. Maybe gets the Gwen here. Heart God committed onto the Bruno. Oh, but a flicker away. But oh, double kill coming in from Foe onto the Joy. That is the hero that they needed to take out, and she is gone.
How in the world did Horu make it out of there? That was absolute wild. Zed low. I feel like they're gonna push this hard. Oh my
there it
god.
is. Beautiful initiation once again. The Netherons not gonna save them. Got like four Foe here. Oh, they do get the Arlots and Ramses at least, but they lose so many members. This high ground is going to be even more difficult now.
It is true. It is true. But I mean, they still have Rin. Rin is the saving grace at this point alongside a Skip, right? Being able to get into that back line, they have that opportunity. But I think this is the time that they siege wildcard space.
It's gonna be like I wouldn't be surprised if Night Horde sort of froze the lanes now, waiting for the next Lord. They're gonna sort of sap out any sort of sanity that wildcards have left and stall out this Lord.
It is true. I mean, they know they have the plays. They can make them and execute them. We see that the Netherrealm is picked up, so they are looking for a play. I like that Skip's always trying to split push because I feel like that's what the Joy can do. But sometimes you just got to wait it out, right? And I feel like Night Horde always responds to the split push so well. And
yeah,
it's just sometimes like a wait and bait, right? I mean, 53 seconds left on a Lord. That's maybe not the time you want to start split pushing. You want to force them away from the Lord. So start split pushing roughly when the Lord is coming around. Wildcard's looking for a play. They just don't know where Night Horde is.
Oh yeah, they're being very elusive, as you're saying here. Gwen is just chilling Totnak in position to just take out any out of position member. If Zed walks up a bit more, he could get caught out here. Oh, but he's got some decent map awareness here. Joy going in. Maybe she goes in with the Heart God. Yeah, it comes out, but it does no damage to Totnak with the Athena shield. It's just such a strong front line. You're going to see the bravest fighter coming in. Or maybe it does land onto the Arlot though. But again, this Netherrealm committed by Panda. That's not gonna be available for any Lord attempts.
I mean, they took away everything from wildcards. Zed ult does have a fast cooldown, so it's already back up, but they took the Hard Guard, the Beats, the Netherrealm. I just don't know what they're gonna have to be able to contest this.
I'm afraid they won't even contest it. Oh, maybe they will. I mean, Lord has reset though. Oh, I mean, Zed. that's a bit of a sus one there. Okay, we're gonna see Arlok going in. Oh, he might be able to get a really good final slash here. Oh, but the electrifying beats does cancel out the Netherrealm here. Oh, but my foe goes straight away in. He's gonna catch out the Joy, even with the help of the Hard God. And there we go, spatial migration as well. Onto another target. Oh my god, Toru free to do whatever he wants in these fights. A bit low though, needs to be careful of the Balls of Fury.
Balls of Fury are rough to deal with and they hurt, so he's definitely going to avoid that. Definitely play it safe, just go for the Lord. I mean, you have your Retry, you have your jungle up, and look, I mean, Lala's already gonna get caught though.
This could be a big pickup for wildcards. Yes, they get it. They trade the Lord for it, but still, a kill is a kill, man. They're far behind. They need that shutdown golden experience to come back.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is the time that they can use it, right? I mean, they might have the Lord, but we're able to take a couple towers from it. Losing that mid tower is huge. That allows them to maybe clap back at some of the plays. Again, they still all have all of their base inhibitors, so wildcards, if they can mount up a great defense, could again possibly get some breathing room. I mean, it is a 9k gold difference, and we're not at that point where gold doesn't matter, so they're gonna have to definitely watch out here.
Okay, Lord is enhanced. He's gonna charge down the middle tower. I don't see a way that wildcard defend this with the pressure coming in from Night Horde. There he goes, charging up his staff. The electrifying beats goes in, but does no damage, man. Unfortunately, it's on to the front line who have those magic resist items.
That was a great play by Skip, pushing and zoning out all of Night Horde. Again, this is the breathing room that they wanted, but super minions are coming in. They have to not make any mistakes with the super minions while Night Horde is sniffing out those mistakes.
Oh, Spatial Migration onto the farm is trying to bait out that nether realm here. I don't know if they get this tower. Heart Guard's going to come out onto Joy, but the electrifying beats are already finished off right now. But they do get the tower, importantly.
They do. They also get quite a few ultimates. I mean, the nether realm's still up, but they're looking for it.
Oh, there it is. Nether realm, there we go. That's the bait. Panda had to click that button, otherwise he was in threat from the fracture coming from Nolan.
They're forcing everything out, but again, this might be the time. I mean, 72 seconds to the next Lord. Maybe freezing lanes is probably your best bet here. Keep that gold lead. Make them make a mistake.
Okay, here it is. Skip picks up the Divine Glaive. He's going to start doing damage to these front lines. So it's the only targets he's going to be able to reach here. But here we go. Here's the concealed play. Totnak looking for it. Looking for that spatial migration. He does whiff, though. Oh, there it is. Electrifying beat straight into the back line. That's not going to be enough. The Athena Shield will keep him safe. And Fracture onto Zed. Will take him down very swiftly.
That was such a great play by Night Horde. They wanted the tower, concealed played, utilized that to take the last inhibitor that Wildcards had. Also, baited out a kill. Zed trying to be the bravest warrior. But definitely wasn't coming out on top on that play, as Night Horde was able to capitalize on that.
You can be brave, but that's not but that's not gonna save you, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're definitely not gonna the bravest warrior into 5 of them. The sustainability is just not there when we're 17 minutes in. This is the last sleeve that Wildcards have. Again, possibly make a cheeky play to get the Lord. I just don't know. We don't see too many immortalities picked up.
I think they're waiting for the 18-minute Luminous Lord here. I believe it gives you extra damage when you're near the Luminous Lord, as well as the more allied heroes are around the Luminous Lord, the more damage reduction it gets. So I think they're waiting for that right now. Stalling it out, just waiting a few more seconds, and they'll go straight into it.
It looks like they've already committed to it.
Or maybe they don't know about that. Okay. If you guys learn from this, wait 18 Lord, guys. It's worth it.
Definitely. I think they were just trying to really bait out Wildcards. They've definitely done it. I mean, we've seen it with the conceal plays. They're looking for an opportunity to just absolutely decimate Wildcards. I don't know. I mean, this is the final, could possibly be the final siege. Immortalities are being picked up left and right.
There it is. They want to be able to dive that tower. There's a third one actually from Tutnak.
Yeah, they're just selling items to be able to have this final push with the Lord. Can Wildcards mount up the greatest defense of their life and keep standing or get knocked out?
This is it. I mean, if Wildcard can turn this fight, they could go straight down the middle lane. So, I mean, Night Horde also needs to be quite careful of how they approach this. Electrifying Beats has been committed, so now that's not going to be just up yet. With that extra 8 seconds cooldown, it might not be up in time to defend the space. Here we go. Nolan goes straight away in with a fracture. The final slash does land on to Zed or something like that. We're going to see the Nether Realm as well. The base got blown up. I didn't even have time to see it go down.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a chance. All those immortalities. Claude was not worried about kills at that point. The Lord collapsed onto the crystal, and Claude said, forget everything else. I'm just taking the crystal, and I'm taking Night Horde to the semifinals.
Oh man, congratulations to Night Horde coming out with a bang there. Wasn't easy, however. You know, they still had those 2 games underneath their noses to work with. That shout out to Wildcard for providing us with those 2 games. They managed to prove themselves to be quite strong in those situations. But in the end, Night Horde coming out in the top. Toru, MVP by far with 0 deaths.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've seen it. Toru definitely capitalized on the Claude. I do think it kind of came down to Ren, you know, DCing into the early stage, and then Night Horde, again, they seen it injure Beast, and they absolutely capitalized on it and collapsed in on wild cards. So I do think that was the turning tide that Night would have. Though it was so early into the game, I do think it played a major factor into wild cards not having a lot of control into the early game. So rough for wild cards. GG's. See you next time. Congrats, the Night Horde. You absolutely killed it here. We're gonna go to the caster's desk here and you know, say our final statements here.
Okay. I guess I need to just sort of say general MVP for all the games. I think it needs to go to Totenak, man, or Ramses. I can't decide between the two of them there. Both of them played extremely well. I guess we might as well. Both of them had their bad games, but I think it's probably a joint sort of MVP from both of them on my side, just because of how impactful some of their plays were on their main heroes.
Definitely. I mean, I can agree with you. I mean, a lot of the players pulled out crazy plays. I mean, between Ramsey kind of getting clapped in some games, but then clapping back when they utilize that R lot. Odok absolutely utilized the roam win pretty well. A little rough on the Hilda. But again, I mean, they definitely came back. Toru, when allowed to scale, definitely showed that they're a menace in the land of Dawn. So I mean, I got to give it up to definitely. I'm with you as well. I mean, Todak actually did quite a bit there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and for the side of wild cards, my boy Skip tried his absolute best. Did amazing job in the third and fourth game there, but yeah, unfortunately came out on the bottom. But shout out to Skip on that Nolan performance in game one. That was absolutely beautiful to watch.
Definitely. Well, this was the mass tournament. That was day one of top 8. We just seen Night Horde and wild cards go at it. We're going to be live tomorrow again with another BO5. If I'm not mistaken here, I can tell you in just a second who it is. I've already registered the stream, so you guys can definitely go check it out. Mark it on your calendars. Be ready for the next series that is going to be coming up tomorrow. Kind of taking a look at who is up. We have... Tomorrow, we're going to have Team Ace versus Melon N4 Dogs. I know who Team Ace is. I have no idea who this Melon team is, but they made it this far, so I feel like they have to be a contender into the mass tournament. So we'll see what they can bring to this game. Again, I'm G the AIKO. Sep, do you want to give your goodbyes?
Yeah, guys. Thank you so much for having me. It's a big pleasure to be part of this, the North American community. Love from South Africa. Talking about South Africa, we're running our own tournament, like small tournament for ourselves called Equilibrium. So just let me know if you want to check that out or something on Discord. Yeah, that's where I'm doing most of my work. And yeah, AIKO, thank you so much for having me, Moonpie. It's been an absolute honor to be casting alongside you guys.
No problem. Again, GG's chat. GG's the Night Horde. Congrats. We'll see you in the semifinals. Until next time, G the AIKO.